Right, so welcome to this question on cutting a sphere with an oblique plane VTH. So I'm just going to get started on this, right? If I want to see where an oblique plane cuts a solid, I need to see the plane as an edge view. So I am going to look along the HT. Okay, so I'm going to take an auxiliary looking along the HT, and I'm going to draw an X1, Y1 line perpendicular to the HT. Now, a very common mistake students will make is they will think that the VT is perpendicular to the HT, so they'll use the VT as an XY line, X1, Y1 line. Not the case. So I've looked along the HT, I've drawn in my X1, Y1 line. Now, to get the plane as an edge, I'm going to pick any line along the XY line, and I'm going to label it line 1, 2, and I'm going to project then parallel to the HT from the base of that line, because that line 1, 2 is on the vertical plane, so it projects as a point in plan. Now I'm going to take the height then from elevation, so I'm taking the height then from elevation of this line, okay, 1, 2. I'm going to plot it onto here. Now here is an edge view of the oblique plane. So there's the oblique plane as an edge view. Now I want to get the sphere in, so I'm going to project the center of the sphere parallel to the HT as well. Now I'm going to take my compass, take the height of the sphere. So I take the height of the sphere there, and I'm going to plot it in here. And then I'm going to take the radius of the sphere, because the sphere projects as a circle in every view. And I'm going to draw in the sphere. And then, okay, I'm going to complete the base of that little stand in plan. Now it's hidden detail. Okay, now I can step also left and right to the center. It's quicker than projecting it up. And then I can heavy in that then. Okay, now to solve this, okay, what we're going to do is a series of horizontal sections. So if I open up a model, where is it gone? Your cheat. Well, look, it's not there, and I'm not going to making it again, so you're just going to have to follow me through. So it's because I'm under pressure for time. So I'm going to take a series of horizontal sections, right? Through the sphere. If I cut the cone horizontally parallel to the X1 Y1 line, I'm going to get a circle every time. So I'm going to draw a line parallel to the X1 Y1 line through the first point here. I'm going to call that A. Now, I'm going to get the radius of that, so I'm going to take half the radius of the sphere, or half the radius of this horizontal cutting section. It's a circle in plan. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to swing that circle down there, and I'm going to drop, okay, this down to plan, and it's going to be running through a line, right? It's parallel to the X1 Y1 line, and this would be it. This would be point A right here. So this would be point A. So that's point A. Now I'll do it up here, B. Right, so B is going to be the same idea. Right, so if I dropped B down, okay, parallel to the HT, there's B, and that's the same as, okay, drawing a horizontal cutting section, taking the radius, so half the circle, and drawing it in plan. Same idea. Okay, now I'm going to then do, Okay, I'm going to then draw some more in. Here, I'm going to draw one through the middle, and that's this one here. If I draw a horizontal line there, basically the sphere and plan, that's it. So, and then I'm going to measure up 20. So I'm going to measure up 10 and 10, then down 10, there. So I'm going to draw lines parallel to the x1, y1 line through those points. Now their edge views the horizontal cutting planes. So you get circles in plan. I'm going to label that C/D, E/F, G/H, and I/J. Right, I'm going to get my compass, take half of the cutting plane for C and D, and I'm going to draw it in plan. I'm going to drop C and D down until it hits that one. So there's C, sorry, wrong one, goes on further. So there's C, there's D. Right now, G and H have the same level because you went up 10, down 10. So I'm going to take G and H down to cut that very same plane. You take G and H down to cut that very same plane. So there's H, and there's G. Okay, now we want to do I and J. So I'm going to take half the sphere for I and J. So I took half of it. I'm going to draw in the semicircle there. That happens to be the same as A, because like, okay, the A, that's nearly like 10 there. So I and J is already done then essentially. So I'm going to take I and J down, take that. So there's J, and then here's I. There we go. Now if we want to do another one, okay, which is fair, okay, to get in between B, we can do. So we're going to take half the radius here. So that's half of it. And I'm going to mark it in here. And then J, K, L. So I'm going to drop these down. K, so this would be K, and then this would be L. Okay, that's a tiny bit inaccurate there. Okay, now if I want to get these points in elevation, I'm going to project them upwards. So I'm going to project these up from plan. And then I'm going to take the heights from elevation. Now the majority of them you can do is, okay, for speed, you can go up and down 10 and 20. You could go from the center. Right, so I have the height of A. I'm going to mark it in. So that's the height of A. The height for C and D. You can take that height there, put it in for D. Okay, it's very slightly inaccurate. C. Okay, E. So for E, I've forgotten to do E. So need E is going to be on the outside circle. So there, that's F, E. So then E is going to be here. Or is that, that's F. This is E. Then G and H. So G, H, I and J, you're taking them from the X1, Y1 line and transferring them over. So I and J. So I up, careful not to mix with K. And then the height of K and L. So there's L. Okay, here's K. And then B. So that's B there, I haven't marked it in. There's B, and then we're going to freehand sketch them in. Okay, we're going to freehand sketch them in. So I'm just going to pause there and do that.